Hey guys, ECRG here. Today we're going to talk about a topic that isn't talked about too much: loneliness in the workplace. Hey guys, ECRG here. And I was recently reading an article on LinkedIn, I think it was. Yeah, it was on LinkedIn. And I came across this topic about loneliness in the workplace. And I wanted to just share my thoughts on it with you guys, especially because most of my LinkedIn feed is about clinical research. So when I first thought about this article, I thought they were specifically talking about in the clinical research industry, but then I realized that they were really talking about you know all across all industries, that this is becoming an increasing problem. Then they cited evidence from back in the day, I guess, and they were saying people weren't citing as much loneliness in the workplace. Then they fast forwarded it to modern times, and now there's an increasing segment of the population citing that they feel very lonely in the workplace, that they don't have strong social connections. And I just wanted to offer some commentary on that because I, for one, don't feel that way, but that doesn't mean that other people might not. I am a little bit more extroverted in a way. I'm an extrovert introvert. I'm an extrovert in the professional environment, the workplace environment, but more introverted, uh, I guess, outside of that. Like, I spend a good amount of time by myself, obviously making these videos, uh, doing some other stuff that I do. I do spend a good amount of time to myself, but I can be extroverted when I need to be. And I just thought that was really interesting that people are commenting on it, and I think I think my comments are twofold. It's a two-way street because I notice a lot of companies do try to do their best to have events, to have like social events, to have like networking events, but people can be really clicky, and it can be very hard if you're new to a company to kind of acclimate to that and kind of wedge your way into a social group. So you kind of companies do their job, but you've kind of got to like put yourself out there a little bit and kind of wedge yourself in there. And I find that the best way to do that is, once again, the coffee room. And I know we've talked about this in the networking videos, but to really just say hi to everybody. And eventually the conversation is going to start getting deeper and deeper, asking about people's personal life and stuff. Eventually you may find a common bond between somebody, and that way it could develop into a more substantial friendship of some sort. But I think there's a couple reasons for the loneliness. One is the uptick in the way we communicate. So we communicate almost predominantly, I know, in clinical research, is email. I work with people all over the country, so I don't work with anybody directly in the office. So there's no collaboration face to face, pretty much. Um, and most of the communication is over the phone, instant message, and email. And so I could imagine that we're primarily social creatures, so we need that face to face. There's nothing like that face to face, and only having that through a screen connection could be having an increased effect on different people, because we're all different. Some people may take it better, some people may not take it as well. So having that kind of disconnected communication could be having an increased effect on people. And then I was thinking, oh goodness, because you guys know I love work from home. And I was like, are they talking about work from home because of the increased loneliness that people feel because more people are working from home and telecommunicating? Is that the reason why? And thank goodness they didn't mention any of that in the article. But just thinking about it, as more and more industries and more companies are allowing people to work from home, we could be seeing more and more loneliness, because now you're not even communicating in the hallways with people. You're not even seeing people. And that's one of the advantages of having some in the office days when you do work from home, is having that in the office connection with people, even though you may not be working directly with them, just seeing people and stuff. And so I know a lot of people do like that aspect of coming into the office. So, I mean, is this something we're going to be seeing more of? More loneliness in the workplace or less? Curious what you guys think in the comments down below. I think we're going to be seeing more of this as communication methods change, and as they be optimized for speed instead of quality. because face to face is always going to be the most quality form of communicating. That's just what we're built for and designed for as humans, as the human race, as the human species. So, are we going to keep distancing ourselves from it and, increasing loneliness? I was reading another article, just looking this up for this video. They were saying that loneliness when people get older is equivalent to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It's been linked to, diabetes, heart disease, all these conditions, depression, suicide, even, just because people are lonely. Especially because we spend most of our time at work. That's where we spend most of our waking hours. Not with our family, not with our kids. It's at work and the people you work with. So if the biggest, imagine a pie graph, if the biggest chunk of your time is spent by yourself or, communicating through a screen with people, we might see more loneliness. We might see a bigger uptick in these diseases, depression, heart disease, and whatever is connected to it. So that's kind of crazy to think about, that we could see a reverse because of these negative side effects from the telecommuting thing and more into, the work from home aspect. That's a downside of it. I hate to say it, but I gotta be fair, because you guys know I love work from home. But if the quality of people's lives are decreasing, then it might not be the best thing for us. But luckily they didn't cite that in the article. They cited mostly reasons of people not feeling connected to the people that they work with and things of that sort. So, it's really a two-way street, and also the people that work at a company, you've got to do your best to make people feel included too. Not everyone's as extroverted, and you're coming in a place from comfort. You've been there, at least, you've been there for some time and developed a social network at your place of employment. So it's up to you to reach out to the new people too and help them feel included. And I think that comes down to company culture as well. I try and do that the best I can. When I see somebody new, I always ask them if they're new and, offer up if they have any questions or anything, feel free to reach out to me. I try and do that as much as possible, just because I know if I was new, when I was new, I wanted people to do that to me as well. So that's very important. But anyway, guys, just came across this article, wanted to talk about it with you guys. Comment down below what you guys think. If you guys have maybe experienced loneliness or know somebody who has, or you see it at your company or something like that, comment down below what you think about it. Curious what you guys think. All right, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, email us at eliteclinicalgroup@gmail.com for any inquiries. And that's it for today, guys. Take care.